I
I'm
thought
starting
yeah, because
shit.
I thought we could tell each other everything. Everything we get told, everything we tell you, like everything we tell each other in parties.
Okay, I'm coming, Jeremy. Hold on. I have to send that.
She need to go. I'd have been like, I invited her. She came with me, so y'all need to chill the fuck out. And that's what I did with Jeremy. Luis came with me, so you need to chill the fuck out. And he kept going. And so I'm just like, all right, bro, like, shut the fuck up. And he kept going. And so I'm like, Jeremy, quit saying shit. And he kept going.
Yeah,
and y'all might
I'm
not
like,
have caught it because at first I'm like, okay, Jeremy, chill.
I have no healing.
Jeremy, stop. And I'm progressively building up to the shut the fuck up, Jeremy.
Not on this
I
one.
might not have started with the shut the fuck up, but I got to the shut the fuck up when he wouldn't respond to my okay, quit. Alright, stop. Alright, you're doing too much. It built up to the shut the fuck up. Let me say something to you now. I didn't just like, aw man. Now I'm chilling. You know what? I think I'm gonna snap on Jeremy right now. It built up. Because he kept going. He kept it going. And so that's when I said something, when he just kept going. And he wouldn't let the shit go. It wasn't like a, oh man,
it's gonna be my first time, so don't worry about it.
Everybody's in here talking about, Louis, you need to go. You need to leave. Don't nobody like you. Don't nobody want you here. You need to get out. Nobody else was doing that.
But
that's what was bothering me, and that is why I said something to Jeremy.
I didn't say
anything to Jeremy because he was like, oh, I left my kid at the salon. Or whatever other joke that you guys have that's a typical joke that you tell about Louis. But it was the fact that he just kept drilling the, you need to go, you need to leave, don't nobody want you, don't nobody like you. Okay, we all know nobody else in the party but me likes Louis. So you don't have to keep drilling it. But when you do keep drilling it, I'm gonna ask you to stop. Then I'm gonna tell you to stop. And then if you don't stop when I'm like, okay, like that's enough, like you need to stop now, then I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say more. And that's what I did. I said more when he wouldn't stop. When I asked him, then I told him, and then he kept going. So I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna say something. And it wasn't the Louis jokes. It was the drilling of the, you need to go, you need to leave, nobody likes you, you're not invited, you're not welcome. Like, I wouldn't have brought him into the party without any warning to begin with.
I mean, at the same time, nobody wants him in the party. Like, we don't need to coexist with him like you were telling Jeremy. We don't like him because he made all these problems for us, and he be talking about all of us. And like how you're saying he don't care about us, he certainly still does, because he still has our names in his mouth. Like how we found a new Louis. Like, I already know that's been talked about, so like I will Oh, Jeremy, meet Jeremy 2.0. Hi. But anyway, so yeah, like that's what I don't understand. Like, you know that we all don't like him, we all don't want him in the party, so like why, why should me and Sona have to say that? Like, you already know how we feel. Jeremy's literally just saying what we all feel, because we don't need to coexist. He doesn't need to be in our party.
Jada. My thing was, Jada, if everybody's muted and nobody can hear each other, what is he bothering sitting there just talking to me?
Why is he in the party then? He wasn't even in the same game as any of us.
The list just bothering you guys that much? Because like, he wasn't saying anything about y'all that day. He didn't speak on y'all once.
I mean, I think that's because he's too scared. I think that's because he's too scared to say anything to me. But then at the same time, I just, why should he be in the party then? Like, I don't get it. Like, why should he be in our party if none of us like him? Like, he's your friend, so go in a different party with him.
I was already in a different party with him, and I got invited to that party, and I told everybody in that party.
Well, then you should have finished. You should have finished what you were doing with him, and then you could have came with us. You know we don't like him, so why would you bring him into the party? We've said this countless times. You said, you even said yourself, like, okay, like, I'm gonna do my thing with him, and then I'll join you after. You didn't need to bring him to the party. If I knew that, I wouldn't. I would just keep his ass blocked, because he's always having Sona or somebody blocked, and then turning around and like, oh, someone blocked me, I can't come into the party. Like, whereas I sure as hell know he has one of us blocked, and that's why he can't come into the party. He will unblock, send you the picture, I don't have him blocked, and he'll just block the same person. Like, he's not slick.
My thing is, where I got off calling y'all childish is, I said, y'all call Louis childish, and he is, but y'all are too because y'all can't just ignore him. Y'all aren't grown enough to just ignore him. Y'all have to keep going and going and going when y'all could have just ignored him. He couldn't hear y'all. Y'all couldn't hear him. He wasn't bothering y'all. Y'all weren't bothering him until Jeremy started bothering me.
The thing is, he still talks about us to other people. Like, he had no fucking business telling Code about my personal life. And I don't care. Like, he can tell whatever, but you could have said something. Did you say anything in those parties? Like, you know, can you stop talking about this? This is my friend. It's the same respect. It's the same thing with Next Gen. Like, if you said something, why are they still talking then? Like, why wouldn't have you attack them like you attacked Jeremy? Yeah, you may have told them, but you never came at them like you came at Jeremy. Like, I honestly didn't even hear you saying, like, stop saying these things. It was just straight up attacking. And then when you mentioned Jeremy's name, all of a sudden, Louis was up in there too, unmuted him, attacking him. And that's creating a problem. That's instigating a fight because you didn't include me and Sona. That's what I'm getting at.
I said Jeremy's name multiple times.
Yeah, but you never said me or Sona's name, so that it's instigating.
Because you guys weren't doing the same thing.
It's instigating a fight between Jeremy.
You're not understanding. Okay, like the jokes are on the lower level, but Jeremy's going at it.
Saying his jokes because Sona and Jada were saying their jokes. So it's like, why Jeremy getting the only one getting addressed?
Okay, why? Can I answer the question? And I'll answer the question, but you guys aren't listening to my answer. Why?
Because you're not
answering.
Because
their jokes, I am answering it. The thing is, their jokes are on this lower level. Jeremy likes to take things to a higher level. Jeremy wasn't just making the jokes. Jeremy was doing all the extra, you need to get out, you need to leave, and drilling and drilling and drilling all that extra shit. They weren't doing that. They were leaving it at the jokes and then still playing their game, still having their conversation, still doing their thing. Jeremy was the one up here escalated, like, you need to leave, you need to go, you need to get out, nobody likes you. That's the difference. Because their stuff was on a lower level because they weren't escalating it. Jeremy was the one that was like, okay, well, I'm going to take it a step further and say this extra stuff. So I'm like, okay, Jeremy, you're the only one saying the extra stuch. You need to shut the fuck up. Like, chill.
Still, you probably could have muted me instead of saying, kick her.
Like, you literally unmuted Jeremy just to let him hear you say, kick him.
Kick him.
I didn't have Jeremy muted the whole time.
That's fine. If you muted me, that's all that needed to happen. That's all that needed to happen. Just mute me. Instead of kicking me out of the party.
See,
like, it wasn't even Louis' party to begin with.
I didn't have him muted. It was my party. I didn't have him muted at all.
You literally had him muted.
He said all I needed to do was mute him. No, he just said all I had to do was mute him. Meaning that I didn't have him muted.
You literally had him muted. What Jeremy's saying, all you had to do was... Yes, you did. You literally told us that you muted him.
Let him answer the question. Jeremy, did I have you muted that whole time? Or was I saying shit back and forth with you the whole time?
Well, I can't say something because I don't even know if you had me muted or not. But what I heard from Jada and Sona is that you muted me. So, still,
Because you were getting sick of him, and then you said you muted him because you couldn't deal with him, and you were about to go off on him, and then all of a sudden that's when you started attacking him.
I didn't have him muted the whole time. And if I did say, which I don't remember muting him. So if I did say that I'm going to mute him, I probably didn't get the chance to before he pissed me off or triggered me or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because I don't remember having him muted. And he would have still been muted when he came into this party, because I haven't spoke to him since then. I haven't been in a party with him since then. If he was muted when he left, he would have been muted when he came in. And he wasn't muted when he came in. So he wasn't muted that day. I never had him muted. Or else he would have still been muted when he came into the party today. And he wasn't. Because I can't unmute him in a chat if I'm not in a chat with him. And I haven't been in a chat with him since then. So I would have had no chance to unmute him.
Probably you didn't have a muted part comes in because you had unmuted him and then he got kicked. Don't you think?
But I didn't have him muted to begin with. I was arguing with him the entire time. I was saying things to him the entire time. I was telling him to stop the entire time. There were a lot of people in the party. Shit was probably too loud for them to hear me saying shit just specifically to Jeremy. Because everybody was having a conversation with everybody. And y'all probably didn't catch the beginning of the me chill asking Jeremy to stop. Because there were like 5 or 6 people in the party that day. How can you hear when 5 or 6 people are all talking, playing the game, and reacting to video games? If you're getting shot at on a video game, you're gonna make noise. If you're getting chased by a killer, you're gonna make noise. I don't remember what we were all playing that day, but everybody was on something. And everybody was doing something. And if you didn't hear me say in the beginning, Jeremy, chill. Okay, Jeremy, stop. It's probably because you were playing your game and not paying attention to me. Because who is going to pay attention to me except for the person that I'm talking to? Nobody else needs to really pay attention. You guys can do whatever the hell you got to do. Because that's the whole point of the party. Everybody's in here doing their thing, but all talking to each other. And I'm talking to Jeremy. And so if I'm just talking to Jeremy at that moment, you guys just would normally not pay too much attention to that. You would keep going on with your shit. But Jeremy was the one that I was talking to. I'm like, okay, Jeremy, stop. Okay, Jeremy, chill. Alright, Jeremy, shut up. Jeremy, stop saying that. And then it just escalated, and y'all probably didn't even catch it until it got escalated. And then you're like, hold on, what's going on? Why is she yelling at Jeremy? Because you weren't paying attention the whole time. Because it wasn't directed towards you. So why would you be paying attention the whole time? So, like, if you guys missed it, I don't expect you to catch every fucking thing that comes out my mouth when I'm not talking to you. But it did happen. And I just truly wish when that whole thing would have went down, that I just would have, like, thought to record the last 10 minutes of conversation so you could at least have heard me, like, talking to Jeremy the entire time. Because if I would have just recorded that, then you guys would have seen that I at least did say something to Jeremy. Because you think I just jumped on him, I snapped on him for no reason. But it escalated. I gradually said things to him. I didn't just snap and go for Jeremy's neck. I didn't snap and go for his throat. I'm just like, alright, Jeremy, stop. Okay, Jeremy, quit. Jeremy. I'm like escalating this shit. And if we're all just calm having our conversations, you guys aren't gonna just notice when somebody's got an attitude right off the bat, except for the person that I'm like directly saying their name. They might pick up on it because I'm saying their name.
Sorry, Erica's talking, but she hasn't muted, so that's probably why it's quiet.
I couldn't hear over. Hold on. Steven, I couldn't hear Marco over you and Christina, and we're having this conversation, so I was like, I'm gonna mute Steven and Christina. But I can unmute you now, it doesn't matter. But my whole thing is, I don't expect you to catch on when I'm not talking to you and I'm in a more calm state. I might not even expect you to catch on when I'm getting a little more riled up. But don't think I just jumped and went for his throat out of nowhere. because it escalated. It built up to that. I didn't just say, man, I'm going to jump on Jeremy right now. I worked up to jumping on Jeremy because Jeremy gradually got on my nerves. And it wasn't no, oh man, hey Louie, let's get Jeremy right now while they not paying too much attention. Because, like, it was just Jeremy was getting on my nerves, so I was saying things to Jeremy because it was bothering me. I'm saying, Jeremy, quit talking shit. Jeremy, quit saying this about Louie. Jeremy, quit saying that about Louie. And Louie kept hearing me say, Jeremy, quit say that. Because Jeremy was the only one saying, get out. Don't nobody like you. Everybody knows. Louie knows. I know. You know. Jada knows. Jeremy knows. Steven knows. Fucking Christina knows. The whole universe knows. Y'all don't like Louie? That is public information. And it's public information that y'all don't be thrilled to have him around. But I thought everybody was mature enough to just ignore him. He ain't bothering you right now. What is his presence doing? Is his name on the list bothering you that much that you're just like,
it's like what I said like how many times. What bothers me is that he doesn't keep my name out of his mouth. And like the audacity to have him in the party with all of us, that's what bothers me. Like it's nothing about being grown. It's more just less, I'm not gonna just ignore him. Like I'll just have him stay muted, stay blocked, stay muted. He doesn't gotta join my party.
Like, you know, and what you said when he was saying about me, like, and like the conversations you guys have about like, you know, like, oh, like, you know, whatever. We never talk about Louie like that. Like the only things Louie's name is in our parties is when we be cracking jokes. Like, hey,
like I don't literally talk about him.
The basic things.
I make jokes.
We never talk about him. We just sit there and just, you know, crack the same jokes we always crack. But it's like,
and that's why I didn't say anything to Jada or Sona, because that's all they were doing. The same old stuff. That's why I said nothing to them, because it was the same old stuff. Louie knows they do it. I know they do it. Y'all all do it. And that doesn't bother me. It was the fact that Jeremy was going the extra step of, you need to leave. You need to get out. Don't nobody like you. You're not invited.
I literally said the exact same things and I argued with him. And that is why Jeremy said those things, because I said those exact same things when I was arguing with him.
When you were arguing with him, but you hadn't argued with him that day. You hadn't argued with him yet. There was no argument yet.
That's because he's too scared to unmute any of us.
Old stuff. But Jeremy brought it up from old stuff.
It's the same thing for Louie. He will keep bringing shit up about me, and I'm not gonna tolerate that. And he doesn't want to unmute me because he's about to get addressed when he unmutes me, and he knows that.
Yeah.
Are you coming, Jada?
I'm coming.
Is y'all didn't say nothing before I got in the party about don't bring him. When I messaged you guys,
we've said it countless times, so like why would I have to say it every time don't bring Louie? You even said like I'm gonna play with him on my own time. Like I don't need to coexist with him. I'll keep him blocked.
The thing is, you could have just kept him muted and not said nothing, because that's all he did. He kept y'all muted and didn't say nothing. He was in there for me and only me.
Well, if he was there for you, he could have been there for you in a different part of it.
Saying stuff. He's childish as fuck. Yes, he is. He is extremely fucking childish. He does the most childish shit and says the most childish shit. But that day, he didn't do it because I asked him, like, dude, just be civil. Come in here, don't say shit to nobody, don't say shit about nobody, and just exist. But don't worry about them. And that's what he did. And I thought you guys could do the same thing. Just, oh, he's there, but we ain't worried about him. But Jeremy was worried because he kept saying shit. He might not have been like extremely pressed about it, but he was like, he kept like pressing the issue, like, you need to leave, you need to go. Like, he just kept saying it. And then he was asked to stop, and he kept going. I asked him to stop a few times. My thing was just like, what the fuck is it bothering anybody that he's here if y'all can't talk to him? If y'all can't hear him? If
it's just the fact
y'all
that
have no communication with him or contact with him. The only contact you have is just being able to see his name is on the party list. That's the only thing. Because there was no other form of communication between you guys. All you guys seen was his name. And that got Jeremy that worked up. And y'all made y'all regular jokes, whatever, that's cool. If he would have made his regular jokes, I would have just been like, chill. And like, okay, I get it, but chill, because it's not funny to me. And like, everybody just was like, nah, we can't just ignore somebody who's ignoring us. We can't just ignore somebody who is not talking or saying anything about me. I can't ignore that. I can't ignore that he's even here, not bothering me right now. His name is bothering me. The fact that he is alive and breathing and talking in this party bothers me. Even though it's not to me, I can't hear it, he can't hear me. Like, I didn't see how that was such a problem. Because if somebody's here, I can be in a party with Anna all day, but I got Anna permanently muted. And Anna ain't bugging me. I can be in a party with anybody that I got permanently muted.
But has Anna
and
done
they ain't
anything
bugging
to you?
me.
Has she had constant problems though?
I gave y'all a name that y'all know. I didn't give y'all a name that y'all don't know, because I got plenty of people that have done and said shit to me. But y'all don't know, y'all wouldn't know the name or the significance if I was to say it. I could be
I
like,
know,
oh.
But it's just, it's just like when I had joined a party one time and Louis had came in and he had us muted, but it's just like it's just the fact that he's had so much problems with the group, and there's just been so much stuff that he's said. It's like no one wants him in there, just nobody wants him in there, and it's like when he invites you, he's like, oh hey, like I'm on, like you wanna play? You're like, oh, but I'm already with like the group or whatever. He's like, okay, just message me whenever you're done. It's just like, how come it could have been that, vice versa or whatever. Like, you could have messaged him and been like, oh yeah, like you could have told us, I'm in a party with Louis, like, I'll come with you guys when I'm done.
Because I think that day I was getting spam invites or multiple invites. It might not have been spam from one person, but I might have got one from Jeremy, Jose, and Jada. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting multiple invites.
Oh, no, where the fuck do I
go? Jada, don't touch her.
You could
what the fuck?
Jada, hold on.
Hello?
Let me mute myself.
I'm just saying, you could have sent them a message telling them, that you were in a party with him. You would come later.
I did. I told them I'm with him. And I was like, if you guys want me to come, I'll come. And I'm bringing him. Because he's just going to follow me. They could have been, if they would have read the message, if they would have just read the message and been like, nah, Brittany, just come another time, come play another time, I'd have been like, okay, cool. And I would have never brought him, I would have never came, I would have never left my party. But I kept getting invites, and so then I told them, okay, I'm with him, and if I come, he's going to follow me. And
like,
I gave them the opportunity, and I waited. I didn't just join in as soon as I sent the message. I waited a few minutes before I joined in. I gave enough time for the message to get read by somebody. And I think it did get opened by at least one person in the group. Maybe they opened it but were too busy to read it because they were into the game. They opened it but had to set their phone down because something happened on the game. Who knows? But I sent the message. I waited. I got no response for about 5 minutes. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to go over there now. And I came, and he came too. And I thought, okay, I told them. Somebody opened the message at least. And there was no, don't come right now. Or, nah, just wait and we'll play later. So I'm like, okay. Shit's alright, I guess, that they're just going to ignore you. So I'm going to go over there. And he came with me. I did message them, and I will put that on my life, whatever the fuck that means to any of y'all. I'll put that on my mom's life. I'll put that on whatever. I'll put that on my PlayStation because that's fucking important as shit to me. That I sent the message. The message got opened. I waited. And then I came. And there was no, don't come, Brittany. Okay, we can wait to play with you, Brittany. Never mind, we don't want you to come right now because you're with him, Brittany. Or, nah, if you bring him, then we're all just going to leave the party. Or
I got kicked from my own party? What the fuck? Let me get in the locker real quick and then I can join.
Sent you a message and gave you time to respond, and somebody opened it and nobody said shit, then obviously you guys aren't worried enough for there to be a problem today. So I'm gonna come, and if he follows, he gonna follow. If he follows, he follows, and he followed me, and it's just a big deal that I brought him for y'all, but I gave y'all the opportunity to tell me no. Because I told you guys in advance before I came with him. And then you're like, well, you know how we feel. Well, you should have just been like, no, I'm not in the mood for that shit today. Don't you dare come around here because I am not in the mood for that shit. Nobody even said, nah, I'm just not even kind of feeling it right now. There was no type of response. So I came and he followed. And now you're saying it's a huge problem. But if it was a huge problem and you would have said something at the time, I wouldn't have never fucking even came in the first place.
But it's like, that's not what I'm saying, though. I'm saying, just like, that's not the only reason why everyone's just been, it's just, everything's been built up, you know? It's like everyone's tired because every time we're in a party, there's always just something that happens, something little, and it's like that little thing adds on to whatever the issue is, and everyone just got fed up with it, and everyone's just like, well, I'm not, you know, I'm just gonna not be around that, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, be distant.
Okay. You said to me that if them saying something bothered me, why didn't I say something to them? But if something bothered y'all, why didn't y'all say, hey, your little bullshit is bothering me, so could you cut that out instead of letting it build up?
That's not the point, though. Like, I'm just saying, you know, it's just like, it just, every time we're in a party, it just, you know, there's always just a situation that happens, and everyone's just fed up with it. We don't say nothing, we just let it go, you know, we just let it pass or whatever. It's like, okay, you know, it's whatever. But it's just like, it's just gotten to the point where it's just that it's just no one wants to be around it, you know. Everyone's tired of it.
Okay. Like I said, you guys are tired of it. You guys don't want to be around me. My feelings are not hurt. You guys are more than welcome to go. If you want me to unfriend you, just say I, and I'll go ahead and stop bothering your ass. Just say it right now. You want me to unfriend you? I will. And I won't bother your ass no more. Because it sounds like you guys had multiple opportunities to say something to me instead of letting it build up. But you guys just like, you know what? I'm gonna let it build up. I'm gonna let it build up. I'm gonna let it build up. And then we're just gonna ignore her. And you're also the person saying that if I had a problem, I should have said something instead of letting it build up. So I'm not seeing how that's fair. And I'm not saying that I'm the most fair person ever, but I'm just saying how that one thing, that the most recent thing talked about, isn't fair. I'm not talking about the rest of the conversation. Like... I'm not talking about the rest of the conversation, just this one last topic that we're talking about. That's not... I'm not supposed to let things build up. I'm supposed to say something. I'm supposed to address everybody in the party when something's bothering me.
But that's not what I'm saying. I was just saying, you know, like, that whole situation in the party that you guys were all in, I wasn't there, so it's like I don't have nothing really to say. But it's just like I've been told by like everyone, you know, what happened. So it's
and that's why I wanted to talk to Jada and Sona, but Jada's not really talking because she sounds like she said everything she's got to say, even though it was very little. Because she sounds like she don't even want to be bothered with it right now. Jeremy's not saying nothing at all when he was the one I had the problem with. Jeremy's not talkative, but I would like to talk to Jeremy, Jada, and Sona. You're the only one talking to me, but you weren't there. And I get that because they're your friends and you're like sticking up and you're the one speaking up and like, saying something. But
it's just like, you know,
I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again, so that's why I'm not saying anything. So.
But no, like I'm just saying that whole situation right there, that has nothing to do with me. It's just the stuff that, you know, just little stuff. It's just the little stuff of like always having an issue in the party. It's just like, that's what bothers me.
It's like,
but it's like everyone
feels like
else,
instigating.
Everyone else has their own. Instigating. But it's just like everyone else has their own issue. That I you know, like Jeremy's always like quiet, but it's like he said stuff to us, you know, what his issue was, but it's just like I don't know why he's
What's
not
Jeremy's issue? Since he's not talking and he's told you, then will you tell me?
Jeremy,
not in an argumentative way. I'm just wanting to know what's his.
I get you, but it's just like I honestly don't remember what his issue was with you. Everyone's, you know.
Then Jeremy, will you talk and tell me right now?
Like, Jeremy could be the one to tell you that. Just like Sona could be the one to tell you.
I'm asking Jeremy right now. I did talk to Sona the most out of anybody. I had the most extensive conversation with Sona prior to this. But I'm asking, okay, everybody, their individual issues, because let's just get it out there, get it over with. Because it sounds like the friendship isn't getting repaired in any type of way. So just tell me so I can know, and then I'm gonna go. Because my head's hurting. And this isn't going anywhere. I just want to know what was the issue. And I'm not being argumentative. I'm trying to understand your point of view. So what will you tell me? What was the issue?
Jeremy, do you have any words? No? Jada, you have any last words? No?
I mean, I'm not gonna argue over the same things over and over again. I've been talking about this for like a whole hour, so.
She just wants to know what the issue is, you know. Just the last.
I mean, I've said it like I've said them countless
what
times.
The issue of the argument was. I'm asking, what is the, in general, issue with me? And you said instigation. Is that the only thing, or is there more? Is what I'm asking.
For me, it's instigation. Just, you know, just instigation and just, I guess, just talking about, you know, us and parties, you know, that shouldn't be talked about.
It's like even with like Steven and John, like with the whole Anna thing, like I didn't know nothing about it, and I probably didn't need to know anything about it, so it's things like that.
Alright, well, is that it? Does that sum everything up?
Yep.
Alright. The courtroom is dismissed. What happened was you had the opportunity to say something. What your problem was with Erica earlier.
It's not a big deal between me and Erica.
You made it a big deal though.
I'm just saying, like, she should just meet me.
It's just like, we sat there, how many times have we sat there and talked about how, oh, let's bring Erica, or oh, like, I'm gonna invite Erica to this event I added, and all this and that. But it's just like, when she comes around, what? You know?
I mean, it's the cat's out of the bag. Like the elephant in the room's like it's been talked about now. So
I know it's just like she wanted to hear from everyone, but it's just like, you know, me and Jada were the only ones saying something. I was basically speaking for like Jeremy and Sona, which I shouldn't have. I should have just let them say what they gotta say. But Jeremy wasn't gonna say anything.
I mean, like, Sona, he don't want to get involved like with the drama, right?
Yeah, and Sona don't want to say. So I would just say, we all had an issue. The issue was basically everything we all had. It's like the issue was just basically her just always instigating and starting something. That was the issue.
Like she never, like whenever I would bring any of that up, she never said nothing to me. So, and I felt like I kept saying like the same thing over and over again. So I was just done. I'm just like, I'm not gonna keep repeating myself.
She unfriended me, so.
Well, I mean, like I felt like she wanted to unfriend us, so because she kept bringing it up. I never once said I was gonna unfriend her.
She unfriended me too.
No, she unfriended us because she's like, what do you guys want me to unfriend you or what? And, you know, speak up if you want me to say if you want me to unfriend you or want me to go. No one said anything, so she was like, I just want to know what the whole issue everyone has is about me, you know, like why everyone just is upset with me, basically, with the sum of everything. And then she was like, I know. What was that? I'll probably be gone because I'm gonna start getting ready for work, but. Alright, nice talking.
Okay,
Sorry about everything. Bye.
I had to throw the John and Steven thing in there. I just had to.
He was like, that was like a long time ago.
I didn't want to start with him, but I was gonna be like, y'all were literally just in the party together when we told John about it.
Right.
But I wasn't about to make it another whole hour argument. Like, it's not worth my time.
She just kept repeating the same thing over and over.
She did, and I got sick. I got sick of her saying the same thing, and like it's. I was like,
I told her. I was like, you don't get it, you know, like that's not what I'm talking about. And she's like, well, what are you talking about? And I was like, and I tell her, and then she goes and says, she repeats herself again, and it's like, she knows what that, she knows.
And I wasn't working. But hey, Sona, hey. No, she would never unfriend that BB. Sona's everybody's sexual preference. But she done deleted the rest of us, though, probably. Don't care.
Her and Sona have their own conversation, but I was gonna say, you know, like, Sona sent us a message.
I wasn't gonna bring Sona in it, though, because Sona didn't want to be included in it, so I was like, let's not bring him into it. Because he cool beans.
I was gonna be like, well, Sona sent us a message, so, like, you know, basically you were just saying you only care about Sona. But I was just like, no, like, I'm just gonna leave that out, because then Sona's gonna get dragged, and he's not even in here. But I was just like, no, like, let me just tell her what my issue is.
Like, she was talking about receipts, but she wasn't showing us anything, so she be lying real fast.
You lying?
Let me make an event. Death of Erica Ray. How do I make an event in the broadcast?
Stream.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. So, okay, so broadcast settings? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like Sona, you be sick of it too. Everybody's sick of it. And I told Christina, I was like, I'm sorry, but like the shit needed to hit the fan. So everybody was up in here, so that was a good opportunity. Yeah, I don't know how to create events, so I can't do it. Let's play some Paladins before Marco gotta go. So, the tea's been spilt, y'all. This is my first broadcast. Tea with Jada. Until next time, XOXO. Jada girl.